The Kansas City Chiefs entered the 2025 NFL Draft with a clear mission: bolster their roster to maintain their status as perennial Super Bowl contenders. Coming off a 2024 season that ended with a Super Bowl 59 loss to the Philadelphia Eagles, the Chiefs, led by General Manager Brett Veach, strategically addressed key needs on both sides of the ball. With 7 draft picks, Kansas City focused on improving their offensive line, defensive front, secondary, and skill positions, selecting a young, talented, and versatile rookie class. This article examines each of the Chiefs' 2025 draftees, their potential roles, and how they fit into the team's immediate and long-term plans. Josh Simmons, a 6 feet 5 inches, 320-pound offensive tackle from Ohio State, was the Chiefs' first-round selection and a direct response to their ongoing quest to solidify the left tackle position for quarterback Patrick Mahomes. Simmons, who suffered a torn patellar tendon in October 2024, was considered a top-tier talent before the injury, with some analysts projecting him as a top 15 pick. His college tape showcased elite pass-blocking skills, quick feet, and the ability to anchor against powerful edge rushers. Despite concerns about his injury, the Chiefs conducted extensive research on his knee, including a pre-draft visit to Kansas City, and are confident in his full recovery. The Chiefs' offensive line has been a priority since Mahomes' early years, particularly after struggles in Super Bowl 55 against Tampa Bay. Current left tackle Jalen Moore, signed to a 2-year, $30 million deal in free agency, provides a temporary solution, but Simmons is viewed as the long-term answer to protect Mahomes' blind side. Analysts, including ESPN's Matt Miller, praised Simmons' pre-injury performance, noting he was playing as well as any offensive tackle in the country. His selection addresses Kansas City's 2024 struggles with deep passing, where Mahomes completed just 26.1% of throws over 20 yards, partly due to inconsistent protection. Bold prediction: Simmons, if healthy, will start by Week 8 and allow fewer than 3 sacks in 2025, stabilizing the left tackle position and boosting Mahomes' deep passing game. Omar Norman-Lott, a 6 feet 3 inches, 291-pound defensive tackle from Tennessee, brings explosive pass-rushing ability to the Chiefs' defensive interior. Norman-Lott led the nation with an 18.9% pass rush win rate and posted an 88.3 PFF pass rush grade, ranking in the 95th percentile. His violent hands, quick first step, and relentless motor make him a disruptive force, particularly in passing situations. While not a traditional run-stuffing nose tackle, his ability to collapse pockets aligns with defensive coordinator Steve Spagnuolo's aggressive scheme. Pairing Norman-Lott with All-Pro defensive tackle Chris Jones creates a formidable interior pass rush, addressing Kansas City's need for consistent quarterback pressure. PFF's draft analysis highlighted Norman-Lott as arguably the best true pass-rushing defensive tackle in this draft class, making him a day-one contributor in sub-packages. His presence could elevate the entire defensive front, allowing edge rushers like George Karlaftis to face fewer double teams. The Chiefs' selection of Norman-Lott signals their intent to build a faster, more disruptive defensive line. Bold prediction: Norman-Lott will record 5.5 sacks as a rookie, emerging as a key rotational piece and pushing for a starting role by 2026. Ashton Gillotte, a 6 feet 3 inches, 275-pound defensive end from Louisville, was selected to deepen Kansas City's edge rusher rotation. Known for his relentless motor and surprising strength despite shorter arms, Gillotte recorded 14.5 tackles for loss and 11 sacks in his final college season. His positional versatility, able to play outside or kick inside on passing downs, makes him a schematic fit for Spagnuolo's defense. CBS Sports noted Gillotte's ability to hold up against the run and flash as a pass rusher, projecting him as a high-floor rotational player. The Chiefs' edge rusher depth has been a concern, particularly with 2023 first-round pick Felix Anudike-Uzomah yet to play more than 31% of defensive snaps in a season. Gillotte's selection adds competition and insurance, especially as Anudike-Uzomah approaches a critical 2025 season before his fifth-year option decision in 2026. Arrowhead Addict predicted Gillotte could generate 15 pressures as a rookie, potentially supplanting veteran Mike Dana by season's end. His role as a situational pass rusher complements Karlaftis and Jones, enhancing the Chiefs' ability to pressure quarterbacks. Bold prediction: Gillotte will notch 4.0 sacks and force 1 fumble, carving out a significant role in third-down packages. Noel Williams, a 6 feet 1 inch cornerback from Cal, was drafted to bolster Kansas City's secondary opposite All-Pro Trent McDuffie. Williams' 7 interceptions in 2024 showcased his ball skills, while his 4.4-second 40-yard dash and physicality in press coverage make him a scheme fit for Spagnuolo's man-heavy defense. ESPN's Matt Miller highlighted Williams' length, speed, and toughness, noting his ability to match up with bigger receivers. The Chiefs needed an outside corner to complement McDuffie, and Williams fits the bill as a potential Day 1 starter. Kansas City's success in developing cornerbacks, such as L'Jarius Sneed and Jalen Watson, bodes well for Williams' transition. His physical style suits matchups against AFC West receivers like Davante Adams and Courtland Sutton. The Chiefs' draft strategy here reflects confidence in their ability to mold raw talent into lockdown defenders. Bold prediction: Williams will intercept 3 passes and break up 8, earning a starting role by Week 4. Jalen Royals, a 6 feet 0 inches wide receiver from Utah State, was a third-round steal who fell to the 4th due to a deep receiver class. Royals' explosive playmaking, 1,193 yards and 15 touchdowns in 2024, caught the eye of Brett Veach, who prioritized adding speed to Mahomes' weapons. His ability to stretch the field and win contested catches addresses Kansas City's need for a vertical threat post-Tyreek Hill. The Chiefs' receiving core, led by Xavier Worthy and DeAndre Hopkins, needed another dynamic option. Royals, praised by SI as a great value pick, projects as a WR3 with upside to climb the depth chart. His Senior Bowl performance showcased his route-running polish and ability to separate. With Mahomes' ability to elevate receivers, Royals could become a fan favorite in Kansas City's high-octane offense. Bold prediction: Royals will record 600 receiving yards and 5 touchdowns, emerging as a reliable target in 2 receiver sets. Jeffrey Bassa, a 6 feet 2 inches, 230-pound linebacker from Oregon, brings sideline-to-sideline range and coverage ability to the Chiefs' linebacker core. Bassa's 92 tackles and 3 pass breakups in 2024 highlight his versatility, with the athleticism to match tight ends and running backs in space. His high football IQ and leadership as a 2-year starter at Oregon make him a potential steal in the 5th round. With Nick Bolton and Drew Tranquill anchoring the linebacker group, Bassa projects as a developmental piece with special teams value as a rookie. His coverage skills could see him carve out a role in nickel and dime packages, especially against pass-heavy AFC rivals like the Bengals and Chargers. The Chiefs' history of maximizing late bold prediction: Bassa will lead Chiefs rookies in special teams tackles and see 20% of defensive snaps by season's end. Brashard Smith, a 5 feet 10 inches, 200-pound running back from SMU, is a former wide receiver who transitioned to running back in 2024, rushing for 1,026 yards and 12 touchdowns. His receiver background gives him exceptional hands and route-running ability, making him a dual-threat weapon. SI compared Smith to Chiefs' 2022 7th-round pick Isaiah Pacheco, noting his pathway to snaps due to his versatile skill set. With Pacheco and Clyde Edwards-Helaire in the backfield, Smith faces a crowded depth chart but offers a unique profile as a pass-catching back. His ability to line up in the slot or split out wide adds schematic flexibility for Andy Reid's offense. Arrowhead Addict projected Smith could have 40 receptions as a rookie, primarily in third-down situations. His special teams ability further boosts his chances of making the 53-man roster. Bold prediction: Smith will tally 300 all-purpose yards and score 2 touchdowns, primarily as a receiving back and return specialist. The Chiefs' 2025 draft class earned widespread praise, with PFF assigning high marks for securing 5 picks with positive value relative to their big board. Kansas City addressed critical needs: left tackle, defensive interior, edge rusher, cornerback, and offensive weapons, while maintaining their philosophy of drafting high-upside players. The class's average age of 22.14 years, among the youngest in the NFL, reflects Veach's focus on long-term development. Players like Simmons, Norman Lott, and Williams have the potential to start or play significant snaps as rookies, particularly on defense, where Spagnuolo's scheme thrives on fresh legs. Royals and Smith, meanwhile, add explosiveness to an offense that underperformed in 2024. SI's Matt Verderame noted the Chiefs' ability to find talent and value despite picking late in each round, positioning them for another deep playoff run. The Chiefs' draft class aligns with their window of contention around Mahomes, Jones, and tight end Travis Kelce, who expressed excitement about the new additions. Simmons and Norman Lott, in particular, could become cornerstone players, while later picks like Bassa and Smith offer depth and upside. The class's versatility and youth ensure Kansas City remains competitive in the AFC West, where they topped PFF's post-draft power rankings. Simmons' injury recovery is the biggest question mark, as a delayed return could force reliance on more at left tackle. Norman Lott and Gil Latte must adapt to the NFL's physicality, while Williams faces the challenge of transitioning from Cal's defense to Spagnuolo's complex scheme. Royals and Smith, in crowded position groups, will need to seize limited opportunities to make an impact. The Kansas City Chiefs' 2025 NFL Draft Class is a masterclass in balancing immediate needs with long-term potential. By prioritizing the trenches, Simmons, Norman Lott, Gil Latte, secondary, Williams, and offensive playmakers, Royals, Smith, Brett Veach and his scouting team, led by director Ryan Nutt, have set the stage for another competitive season. The rookies' youth, talent, and fit within Kansas City's schemes make them poised to contribute to the Chiefs' quest for a third Super Bowl title in the Mahomes era. As training camp approaches in July 2025, Chiefs Kingdom eagerly awaits the debut of this promising group, ready to make their mark in Arrowhead. The 2025 NFL Draft was critical for the Kansas City Chiefs. With a loaded AFC, aging veterans, and holes across the depth chart, General Manager Brett Veach faced the tall task of reloading a dynasty without compromising the team's win-now identity. Kansas City's draft strategy was clear: speed, versatility, and upside. But with key needs at wide receiver, offensive tackle, and cornerback, fans and analysts were watching closely. Now that the dust has settled, let's break down every rookie from the Chiefs' 2025 draft class, analyze their projected role, and assess how well Kansas City fared in retooling for another Super Bowl push. The Chiefs traded up slightly to land the fastest player in NFL Combine history, Xavier Worthy, who ran an electrifying 4.21-second 40-yard dash. A speedster out of Texas, Worthy immediately brings elite vertical threat potential, something the Chiefs have lacked since trading Tyreek Hill. Strengths: blazing, polished route runner with elite separation ability. Concerns: slight frame, 5 feet 11 inches, 165 pounds, raises durability questions. Needs to improve against press coverage. Day one contributor in the slot and on deep routes. Could become Mahomes' new go-to for explosive plays. Also a candidate to return punts. Bottom line: Worthy is tailor-made for Andy Reid's offense. If he holds up physically, he's a future star. After losing Donovan Smith in free agency, Kansas City needed to address the left tackle position, and they may have found a long-term solution in Kingsley Suamataia. A massive, athletic tackle with raw traits, Suamataia has high upside but needs refinement. Strengths: prototypical size, 6 feet 6 inches, 325 pounds, with strong hands. Nimble feet for a man his size. Ideal fit for a zone-blocking scheme. Technique issues: can overextend and lose leverage. Needs coaching to handle NFL speed rushers. Competing for the starting LT job. May begin as a rotational backup or swing tackle. Bottom line: this is a developmental pick that could pay off in a big way by 2026. Mahomes' blind side depends on his growth. One of the steals of the draft, TJ Tampa fell further than expected and landed in KC's lap. With long arms, great instincts, and physicality in man coverage, he could help ease the loss of L'Jarius Sneed. Strengths: physical at the line, plays press man well. Great ball skills and awareness. High football IQ, reads routes early. Concerns: average long speed. Needs to clean up hand placement to avoid flags. Projected role: competing for CB2 or CB3 reps in Spagnuolo's defense. Ideal fit for outside corner role opposite McDuffie. Bottom line: Tampa could be one of the most important picks in this class. His style fits KC's defense perfectly. A modern scatback with serious burst, Blake Watson adds juice to a running back room that's been solid but unspectacular. With Jerick McKinnon aging and Clyde Edwards-Helaire on thin ice, Watson could emerge as the top third down back. Strengths: excellent receiver out of the backfield. Fast cuts, good vision in open field. Can return kicks and punts. Concerns: undersized, 5 feet 9 inches, 195 pounds, struggles in pass protection. Won't break many tackles between the tackles. Projected role: RB3/rotational back with pass-catching duties. Change of pace weapon in Reid's screen-heavy playbook. Bottom line: a dynamic addition who could thrive in the right situational packages. Haddon is another developmental corner with size and attitude. He's raw, but with coaching, he could become a valuable depth piece or special teams gunner. Strengths: tall frame and long reach. Physical, confident press coverage style. Concerns: inconsistent technique. Missed time due to injury in college. Projected role: special teams contributor. Depth corner with long-term potential. Bottom line, a classic Veach late-round DB pick, traits over polish. Yes, that's Jerry Rice's son, and Brendan Rice is no slouch. While not a burner, he's a savvy, physical receiver with strong hands and red zone upside. This was great value in round 6. Strong route runner. Excellent body control and contested catchability. High football IQ, NFL bloodline. Lacks elite speed or separation skills. May be limited to WR3/possession role. Competing for WR4, WR5. Could be a reliable red zone target. Bottom line, a sneaky good pick. Don't be shocked if he earns real snaps late in the season. Grade: C+. A small school project, Greenfield is a mauler in the run game but needs time to adapt to NFL speed. A long shot to make the final roster, but a decent camp body with potential. Strengths: strong, aggressive run blocker. Good frame for development. Concerns: foot speed and pad level issues. Needs major coaching on technique. Projected role: likely a practice squad stash. Developmental depth at tackle. Bottom line, a lottery ticket for the offensive line. The Chiefs addressed every major need: speed at WR, protection for Mahomes, and reinforcements in the secondary. Xavier Worthy and TJ Tampa could be instant contributors, while Kingsley Suamataia may be a long-term solution at tackle. Most importantly, this rookie group gives Andy Reid the kind of moldable, high-upside talent he thrives with. The Chiefs' 2025 rookie class may not feature household names yet, but it's exactly what this team needed: raw talent with elite ceilings, tailored to fit their system. If a few of these players hit early, especially Worthy and Tampa, don't be surprised if the rookies are key to KC's Super Bowl dreams this season. The dynasty is aging, but it's far from over. The Kansas City Chiefs' 2025 NFL Draft Class, selected following their Super Bowl 59 loss to the Philadelphia Eagles, represents a calculated effort to reinforce their roster for another championship push. General Manager Brett Veach, armed with 7 picks, targeted key areas: offensive line, defensive front, secondary, and skill positions, while balancing immediate contributors with high upside prospects. This expanded analysis dives deeper into each rookie's background, advanced metrics, team fit, and potential challenges, incorporating additional context on the Chiefs' draft strategy, coaching staff's influence, and fan reactions. The article also explores how these selections address roster gaps and align with Kansas City's goal of sustaining their dynasty around Patrick Mahomes. The Chiefs entered the 2025 draft with the 32nd overall pick, a result of their 12-5 regular season and playoff run. Despite their success, 2024 exposed vulnerabilities. Inconsistent offensive line play limited Mahomes' deep passing, 26.1% completion rate on 20-plus yard throws per PFF, and the defense, while elite, lacked depth on the interior and edge. Veach's strategy involved trading down from the 31st pick with the Philadelphia Eagles, gaining an extra third-rounder, pick 85, while still securing their top target, OT Josh Simmons. This move, praised by ESPN's Jordan Reed, maximized draft capital without sacrificing talent. The Chiefs' draft philosophy emphasized athleticism, versatility, and scheme fit, with a nod to youth, class average age, 22.14. Director of College Scouting Ryan Nutt and head coach Andy Reid prioritized players who could thrive in high-pressure environments, reflecting Kansas City's championship culture. Fan reactions on X were overwhelmingly positive, with posts like, "Veach cooked again," and "This class is deep," trending post-draft. However, some fans expressed concern over not addressing tight end, given Travis Kelce's age, 35, though the signing of undrafted free agent Jake Briningstool mitigated this. Josh Simmons, a 6 feet 5 inches, 320-pound left tackle, was a consensus All-Big Ten performer before a torn patellar tendon in October 2024 derailed his final college season. Pre-injury, Simmons allowed just 1 sack in 413 pass-blocking snaps, PFF grade, 88.7, and ranked in the 92nd percentile for run blocking. His 34-inch arms and 82-inch wingspan provide ideal length, while his 5.02-second 40-yard dash, pre-injury, showcases rare agility for his size. The Chiefs' medical staff, after extensive evaluations, project a full recovery by training camp, per The Athletic. Simmons addresses a critical need at left tackle, where Jalen Moore's 2024 performance, for sacks allowed, 12 pressures, underwhelmed. Protecting Mahomes, who faced pressure on 34.8% of dropbacks, NFL average, 33.2%, is paramount. Simmons' fluid movement and ability to mirror speed rushers make him a natural fit for Andy Reid's pass-heavy offense, which averaged 7.8 yards per attempt in 2024. Offensive line coach Andy Heck, known for developing raw talents like DJ Humphries, will guide Simmons' transition. His presence could boost Mahomes' deep passing, vital against top AFC defenses like Buffalo and Baltimore. Simmons' injury recovery timeline poses risks. A setback could delay his starting debut, forcing reliance on Moore or swing tackle DJ Humphries, a 2024 free agent signing. Additionally, Simmons must adapt to NFL speed rushers like Max Crosby, whom he'll face twice yearly in the AFC West. Chiefs Digest noted Simmons' occasional overextension in college, which Heck's coaching should address. X-Posts hailed Simmons as the steal of round one, with fans citing his pre-injury dominance. NFL Network's Daniel Jeremiah ranked him as a top 20 talent, calling his slide to 32 a gift for KC. However, some fans worried about his knee, with one viral post asking, "Can we trust Simmons to stay healthy?" Bold prediction: Simmons starts by Week 6, allows fewer than 2.5 sacks, and earns Pro Football Focus All-Rookie honors, anchoring the left side for years. Omar Normanlott, a 6 feet 3 inches, 209, his 4.78-second 40-yard dash, combine, showcased elite explosiveness. Normanlott's 88.3 PFF pass rush grade and 75.2 run defense grade highlight his three-down potential, though his lighter frame raises questions against double teams. Pairing Normanlott with Chris Jones, 10.5 sacks in 2024, creates a nightmare for opposing offensive lines. Defensive coordinator Steve Spagnuolo, who rotates linemen heavily, Jones played 68% of snaps, will deploy Normanlott in sub-packages, targeting quarterbacks like Joe Burrow and Justin Herbert. His quick first step and hand-fighting technique, praised by Bleacher Report as NFL-ready, complement Jones' power. Normanlott's arrival could reduce Jones' double-team rate, 42.3% in 2024, per next-gen stats, freeing up edge rushers like George Karlaftis. Normanlott's run defense requires refinement, as he struggled against heavier guards in college. PFF run-stop percentage, 5.8%. Defensive line coach Joe Cullen, a run defense guru, will work to bulk up Normanlott's frame. Additionally, he must earn snaps over veterans like Mike Pennell in a crowded rotation. Chiefs Kingdom embraced Normanlott, with X-posts like, "He's Chris Jones 2.0, gaining traction. PFF's Sam Monson called him the best pure pass rusher in the DT class, though some analysts, like CBS Sports' Chris Trapasso, cautioned about his run defense limitations. Bold prediction: Normanlott records 6.0 sacks and 10 tackles for loss, earning a spot on the PFWA All-Rookie team. Ashton Gillate, a 6 feet 3 inches, 275-pound edge rusher, posted 11 sacks and 14.5 tackles for loss in 2024, earning ACC Defensive Player of the Year honors. His 86.4 PFF pass rush grade and 4.82-second 40-yard dash reflect solid athleticism, though his 31-inch arms are shorter than ideal. Gillott's ability to play multiple alignments, 4-3 end, 3-4 outside linebacker, or interior rusher, makes him a Spagnuolo favorite. The Chiefs' edge rotation, led by Karlaftis, 7.5 sacks in 2024, needs depth, as Felix Anudike-Uzomah has underwhelmed, 3.0 career sacks. Gillott's versatility allows Spagnuolo to experiment with exotic fronts, similar to how he used Charles Omenihu. Arrowhead Pride projected Gillate for 20 to 25 snaps per game, primarily on passing downs. His high motor and run-defending chops, PFF grade, 80.1, ensure he won't be a liability against the run-heavy Raiders and Broncos. Gillott's shorter arms may limit his effectiveness against longer tackles, and his 2023 production, 3.5 sacks, raises questions about consistency. He'll need to outshine Anudike-Uzomah and Mike Dana to secure a significant role, a tall order for a rookie in Spagnuolo's merit-based system. X reactions were mixed, with some fans calling Gillate a reach, and others trusting Veach's track record with defenders. The Ringer's Danny Kelly praised his non-stop motor, but noted his arm length as a concern against elite tackles like Lane Johnson. Bold prediction: Gil Latte tallies 4.5 sacks and 2 forced fumbles, becoming a fan favorite for his hustle plays. Noel Williams, a 6 feet 1 inch, 190-pound cornerback, led the Pac-12 with 7 interceptions in 2024, earning all-conference honors. His 4.41-second 40-yard dash and 38-inch vertical leap highlight his athleticism, while his 82.6 PFF coverage grade reflects sticky man coverage skills. Williams' physicality, 56 tackles, and willingness to support the run make him a complete defender. Opposite Trent McDuffie, the Chiefs needed a boundary corner to replace L'Jarius Sneed, traded in 2024. Williams' length and pressman ability align with Spagnuolo's preference for aggressive corners who challenge receivers at the line. Defensive backs coach Dave Merritt, who molded Jalen Watson into a starter, will refine Williams' technique. He'll compete with Joshua Williams for the CB2 role, with a chance to start against pass-heavy teams like the Chargers. Williams' transition from Cal's zone-heavy scheme to Kansas City's man-coverage system could be bumpy. His occasional over-aggressiveness led to 3 pass interference penalties in 2024, per PFF. Facing elite receivers like Davante Adams will test his discipline early. Fans on X dubbed Williams the next Sneed, excited by his ball-hawking tape. ESPN's Louis Riddick called him a day 2 steal, but the Draft Network warned his technique needs polish to handle NFL speedsters. Bold prediction: Williams starts 12 games, snags 4 interceptions, and limits opponents to under 60% completion when targeted. Jalen Royals, a 6 feet 0 inches, 195-pound receiver, exploded for 1,193 yards and 15 touchdowns in 2024, earning Mountain West Offensive Player of the Year. His 4.42-second 40-yard dash and 87.1 PFF receiving grade highlight his deep threat ability. Royals' 48.3% contested catch rate and 3.12 yards per route run rank among the best in his class, per Sports Info Solutions. With Xavier Worthy and DeAndre Hopkins leading the receiving core, Royals adds a vertical dimension to stretch defenses. His polished route running and ability to high-point fades make him a red zone threat for Mahomes, who targeted the end zone on 18.4% of throws in 2024. Wide receivers coach Connor Embry will integrate Royals into 3 receiver sets, potentially overtaking Sky Moore. Reed's creative play calling, like jet motions and deep posts, suits Royals' skill set. Royals faces a crowded depth chart, with Worthy, Hopkins, and Rashee Rice commanding targets. His smaller frame may struggle against physical corners like Sauce Gardner. Consistent separation against NFL defenses will determine his early impact. X exploded with Royals hype, with fans posting, "Mahomes plus Royals equals fireworks." NFL.com's Lance Zierlein called him a WR3 with WR2 upside, though some analysts noted his limited experience against elite competition. Bold prediction: Royals hauls in 650 yards and 6 touchdowns, becoming Mahomes' go-to deep threat by mid-season. Jeffrey Bassa, a 6 feet 2 inches, 230-pound linebacker, recorded 92 tackles, 3 pass breakups, and 2 sacks in 2024. His 4.62 seconds behind Nick Bolton and Drew Tranquill, Bassa projects as a special teams ace and rotational linebacker. His coverage skills, honed in Oregon's diverse scheme, suit Spagnuolo's nickel packages against tight ends like Mark Andrews. Linebackers coach Brendan Daly will develop Bassa's blitzing, where he generated 12 pressures in 2024. His high football IQ could see him calling defensive signals by 2026. Bassa's lighter frame may struggle against downhill runners like Derrick Henry. Limited defensive snaps as a rookie, given Bolton and Tranquill's durability, could slow his growth. Mastering Spagnuolo's complex playbook is another hurdle. Ex-fans called Bassa a hidden gem, with some comparing him to former Chief Willie Gay Jr. PFF's Trevor Sakima praised his instincts but noted his size as a potential limitation against AFC North run games. Bold prediction: Bassa leads rookies with 15 special teams tackles and records 30 defensive tackles in spot duty. Brashard Smith, a 5 feet 10 inches, 200-pound running back, transitioned from wide receiver to running back in 2024, rushing for 1,026 yards and 12 touchdowns while catching 38 passes for 412 yards. His 4.46-second 40-yard dash and 88.9 PFF receiving grade reflect his dual threat ability. Smith's 6.2 yards per carry and 22 forced missed tackles highlight his elusiveness. Smith's versatility as a runner, receiver, and returner makes him a Reed favorite. With Isaiah Pacheco, 1,212 rushing yards in 2024, and Clyde Edwards-Helaire in the backfield, Smith will compete for third down and special teams roles. His slot experience allows Reed to use him in creative alignments, like orbit motions or wheel routes. Running backs coach Todd Pinkston will polish Smith's pass blocking to secure snaps. Smith's limited experience at running back, one season, means a steep learning curve in pass protection and inside running. Beating out Edwards-Helaire for touches will be tough, and his smaller frame may limit his every-down potential. Fans drew Pacheco parallels, with one post saying, "Smith is Pacheco's heir." SI's Corey Kinnan called him a Swiss Army knife, but questioned his role in a stacked backfield. Bold prediction: Smith amasses 350 all-purpose yards, scores 3 touchdowns, and handles kick returns by Week 10. Andy Reid's offensive genius will maximize Royals and Smith, integrating them into an attack that ranked 6th in EPA per play, 0.112, in 2024. Spagnuolo's defensive creativity, which led to a league-high 57 sacks, will elevate Norman Lott, Gillette, and Williams. Position coaches like Heck, Cullen, Merritt, and Daly have a proven track record of developing mid- to late-round picks, giving this class a high floor. The Chiefs' 2024 roster struggled with left tackle stability, interior pass rush, and secondary depth. Simmons, Norman Lott, and Williams directly address these, while Gillette, Royals, Bassa, and Smith add competition and future starters. The Athletic's Nate Taylor noted, "This class plugs holes and builds depth, keeping KC's window open." Posts reflected excitement, with 78% of polled fans, per Chiefs Wire, giving the draft an A or B grade. National media, including CBS Sports, A, and Bleacher Report, B+, lauded Veach's value picks. However, some fans on X questioned the lack of a tight end or safety, with one viral post asking, "What about Kelsey's successor?" Injury concerns: Simmons' knee and Norman Lott's 2023 ankle sprain, missed 3 games, are red flags. The Chiefs' training staff, led by Rick Burkholder, must manage their recoveries. Rookie adjustments: Williams and Royals face steep transitions against NFL competition. Spagnuolo's scheme and Reid's playbook demand quick learning. Depth chart battles: Gillette, Bassa, and Smith must outperform veterans to earn snaps, a challenge in Kansas City's meritocracy. AFC West competition: rookies will face tough tests, like Denver's run game, Las Vegas pass rush, and the Chargers' passing attack.